nervous to do this. I've been doing it for a long time, and probably the last time I did this here is probably the third This is more, this testimony is not so much a personal testimony as me sharing all the amazing things I've witnessed at Westside over the past 18 years, and also the privilege of being part of both building projects. As many of you know, Westside was born out of the English ministry of West Korean Presbyterian Church. Back then, the members consisted of a few dozen students, ranging from middle school to university, the children of the Korean congregation. But even back then, the Lord was planting seeds in the hearts of the members and speaking to people's hearts to follow their plan, to follow His plan. Fast forward to 1998, when Pastor Paul and his family answered God's calling and committed to making Westside their home church. Each of us has a very personal and very real reason why Westside is so important to us. For me, this church, this body of believers, this group of pastors and leaders has been fundamental in shaping my character and integral in my spiritual growth throughout the years. If you told me 5 years ago that I would be approaching complete strangers in a busy mall and sharing the gospel with them, I would have cringed for the future me. If you told me 2 years ago that I would be experiencing such meaningful encounters through an intense study of the Word as I have in Bible study and discipleship, I would have had a look of skepticism on my face. And if I knew that being a small group leader is even more rewarding now, figuratively, than it was 8 years ago, I would know that God uses even the most unlikely people to further this great kingdom of His. Our God is a living God and a God of miracles. Our God takes broken, hurting people, flawed people, and sees their hearts, their desire to worship Him, expand His kingdom, be living testimonies of His wondrous love. And that is what I think is at the heart of Westside. We are all living testimonies of His love and His grace. I look around what makes up a Westside member now, and it's amazing and humbling at the same time. We all have different stories and different reasons what made us come through that door in the first place. And as Westside continues to grow each week, we are filling up God's house to overflowing, and that is what this building project is about. It is not about a posh new building should showcase the many ministries of Westside. It is not about nicer facilities for us to enjoy. It is about the Great Commission. It is about that model church that Apostle Paul spoke of in Acts, and he added to their numbers daily. Let me tell you, as one of the usher coordinators, that on Sunday mornings when I give my pep talk to my ushers and I say, put your game face on, we have to move the people forward, we've got to push them into their seats. The reason we do this is because there's some weeks where we run out of seats. It is about having a home base to study the Word through Bible study, to equip believers through Impact 101 to go to surrounding coffee shops, malls, libraries, and to share the gospel. And it is about a group of believers that meet in a darkened room on a Saturday morning, crying out to God in prayer for the church, the ministries, the leaders, and the community. It is about raising up a new generation of leaders through Westside Next and even Kids for Christ. We are having children from the surrounding community being dropped off by the parents who want to raise their children in Sunday school, and it is in turn these children that are now encouraging their parents to come out to church. Our ministries are growing each and every day, and we cannot let space or lack of rooms be the hindrance to this growth. Our Westside Next is changing the face of what we think high school students think is important or a priority, when they are joyfully coming out on a Friday evening to fellowship and praise, to do their own outreach, to be living testimonies to all their schools across all these different cities. That is what it's about. It is never about just a building. We see the building plans and we see the pledge goal, and it may seem like a miracle to achieve. But we don't believe in a God of wishful thinking. We believe in a miraculous God. A God who will use each and every member of Westside to take ownership and commitment in this process, through prayers and pledges, to realize the next phase of the building project. I think back in 2000, when we were only a few dozen people making it Westside, and where we are sitting right now is the field. And it started with prayer, with earnest prayer, knowing that God would continue to build up this body and give us the need for a bigger place to worship. Our God, the provider, would also give us the means to meet that need. Do not look at your present circumstances and see the earthly limitations that may be in place. Back in 2000, I recently graduated and was only working part of the year as I did my exams when I gave my first faith offering, and it was truly a faith offering. but our God has blessed me immeasurably in all areas of my life, and I know that this faith offering will not only be something I see, but that we all witness. Let's challenge one another to see where God is speaking, to see how God is urging us to participate in this next phase of the building project. I think back to the first time where members met on Saturday morning with garbage bags and sensible shoes to clean up the building site so we could cut the cost to the builders. Whereas Pastor Paul shared, one of the high school students did not buy lunch for almost an entire year and brown bagged it every day, even when this meant she couldn't go out with her friends for the weekly outings to give a faith offering, knowing that God would honor her simple donation of faith. Westsiders, each of us has the potential of having those 2 loaves and 5 fishes in our hands and offering up to God and knowing with full conviction that He will use our humble gifts and we will see the fruits of our labors for this generation and the future ones to come.